Good morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 236. Please subscribe. Trixie's having some dinner. And today's lesson is I rule my mind, which I alone can rule. What is my mind? My mind is a place that is filled with thoughts, lots and lots of thoughts. And I can rule it. I can be in charge of it. The lesson begins, I have a kingdom I must rule. That kingdom is my mind. And I get to decide. What thoughts in my kingdom, in my mind, that I will choose for. At times, it does not seem that I am its king at all. It seems to triumph over me and tell me what to think and what to do and to feel. Way back when, part one of the workbook, we had a couple of lessons. My thoughts are images that I have made, and that's all of my perception. And this lesson indeed is about perception. But we had lesson 16 right after my thoughts are images I have made that told me I have no neutral thoughts. And that plays in very much into today's lesson because there's a couple of lines in lesson 16 that say there is no more self-contradictory concept than that of idle thoughts. What gives rise to the perception of a whole world, or kingdom in this case, can hardly be called idle. This is what has happened. All of these thoughts have risen up, and now I have a kingdom. I have a kingdom of thoughts. All kinds of thoughts that are coming at me and that pull me from one direction to the other. Well, that's only because my mind is split, as we were told in What is Salvation, telling us that we have a split mind. Then that because we have the split mind, it is in need of healing. So I'm going to rule my mind, and I'm going to choose the thoughts that I would think, the thoughts that God would have me think. And those are the thoughts that are going to be in alignment with how God thinks. And yet it's been given me to serve whatever purpose I perceive in it. Okay, just to go back to the previous sentence. This mind, this kingdom seems to triumph over me and tell me what to think and what to do and feel. And yet it has been given me to serve whatever purpose I perceive in it. It's all perception. And whatever I perceive in it is where I'm going to go with it. In chapter 25, which is about perception and choice, section 3 says, perception rests on choosing. Knowledge does not. Knowledge has but one law. It has but one because it has one creator, but the world has two who made it, and they do not see it the same. This world does not see this kingdom of mine as the same because I'm seeing it as two different things. I'm seeing it from the one that my ego mind made, and I'm seeing the thoughts in it that come from my holy mind that are going to lift me up, and they're going to be the thoughts that I think in alignment with my Father. My mind can only serve, and my mind can only serve one, is what I would add to that. My mind can only serve one. So my mind is going to choose between these thoughts that are ego-based or these thoughts that come from the Holy Spirit. But I rule my mind, so I really do get to make that decision. The power of decision is my own. Today, I give its service to the Holy Spirit. I give my mind to the Holy Spirit to employ as He sees fit. I thus direct my mind, which I alone can rule. I'm in charge of it. It's whatever I think, it's up to me to do that. Okay, and then I choose the thoughts that I would think, and thus I set my mind free to do the will of God. And the will of God is really, I get to understand that it's my will as well. This is again one of those lessons that is prevalent throughout the course, and just as we get to understand truthfully that I am as God created me, I get to understand that my will and God's will are indeed one. So I get to do the will of God. I'm free to do the will of God, which means I'm free to be happy. I'm free to have joy in my life. I'm free to have peace. My mind is free of all of the ego thoughts that split mind has brought to it, because I'm now choosing salvation. I'm choosing the promise to go home. I'm choosing the promise of healing my mind. The second part of today's lesson is just a couple of lines, and it is in prayer. It's in italics, and it says, Father, my mind is open to your thoughts and closed today to every thought but yours. That is, again, I rule my mind, which I alone must rule. And I've made this declarative decision today that my mind is only open to the thoughts I want to think with God. My mind is only open to whole thoughts, complete thoughts. My mind is only open to loving thoughts and peaceful thoughts and joyful thoughts. And did I say happy thoughts? Today, only those kinds of thoughts. I rule my mind and I offer it to you. I've made the decisions for my mind. I have decided and decided wisely. And I'm now going to offer you, my Father, my Holy Spirit, my elder brother, I offer my mind to you. I have decided for you. And accept my gift, for it is yours to me. Accept my gift, just as in the beginning, the relevant thought, what is salvation? And we spoke about, and what they hid is now revealed, an altar to the holy name of God, whereon his word is written, with the gifts of your forgiveness. And those are the lilies, and I'm giving those now to my Father so that I will receive them back. The gifts of forgiveness laid before it in the memory of God, not far behind. So I rule my mind and I accept my gift. Accept my gift. Please, Father, accept my gift, for it is yours to me. Because the gift of salvation, the gift of forgiveness are the gifts that I give, that I will always receive back from my Father. It's from the kingdom. In chapter 7, I have it written in my book, consider the kingdom you have made. What is the kingdom I have made? Well, I've made a kingdom in this world that is in conflict to my Father's, but I can choose again, and I will today choose and let me decide that I rule my mind, which I alone can rule. And just one other thing, because, I'm always bringing in little things that are, I find, compatible to the course. And there's a song from a Broadway musical called Pickwick, and probably the most famous is the song If I Ruled the World. And there's one of the stanzas in it that says, if I ruled the world, every man would say the world was his friend. There'd be happiness that no man could end. No, my friend, not if I ruled the world. And I'm going to rule my mind that way, so that everyone finds happiness as I extend my thoughts to all. That's it. I hope it helped. I hope it wasn't confusing. Sometimes it might be. So please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, please smile, please smile. So many are saying they love the part 2 of the workbook, and it is quite glorious. And please be here tomorrow. Namaste.